including ICE, Customs and Border Patrol, placing handcuffs on some of the employees here at the tent rental business called Tent Logic in Fort Pierce. One employee says agents checked his paperwork and let him go.
If you sweet, but they let you go home. If someone don't have no paper, they still keep it.
A spokesman with Homeland Security Investigations tells me agents conducted a criminal search warrant at the Tent Logic's company at around 9 a.m. He says those taken into custody were placed under administrative arrest, which means they did not have the necessary documentation to prove they were in the United States legally and therefore were being detained.
They check me, but they find if you got papers, we can leave the home. If you don't have nothing about the papers, they say they catch you in the bus.
And officials tell me the people who were taken away here today were taken to an office, a Homeland Security office, where they were being questioned. Now, we tried to reach out to the owner here at the business, and no one returned our call. Reporting live in Fort Pierce, Angela Rozier, WPBF 25 News.
Angela, thank you. And today's news comes as federal immigration and customs agents announced the arrest of 271 people who are in the U.S. or U.S. territories illegally. The roundup happened in Florida, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands from March 18th through the 22nd.
Jurors are now deliberating in the trial of the Pulse nightclub shooter's widow. At issue is whether Noor Salman knew her husband was plotting an attack and whether she helped him pull it off. Ari Hyde is in the Breaking News Center with late-breaking details on questions the jury has for the judge. Ari?
The jury started deliberations just before 2 o'clock this afternoon, and in the last hour or so, they've come back to court to ask 3 questions. The most recent request was for a copy of the written statements Noor Salman gave to the FBI. Each juror now has their own copies. Another request was an index of all the evidence in the case. The judge denied that request, saying they may wonder why some evidence was presented in court while other evidence was not. And they also wanted to know what they have to conclude if they believe Omar Mateen acted entirely independently. The judge told the jury they would have to believe he acted without direction from ISIS. There has been no verdict so far today. In closing arguments today, prosecutors referred to this stroller, saying Omar Mateen had planned to use it as a way to sneak guns into Disney Springs. They say Disney Springs was the original target, but Mateen changed his mind when he saw a lot of police officers in the area. They say Salman knew about the plan and had in fact even cased Disney Springs with her husband just a few days before the attack on the Pulse nightclub. Defense attorneys, though, say Salman had no idea what her husband was planning, saying Mateen had no respect for his wife and would never have included her in his plans. Right now in court, the judge is asking the jury if they want to continue deliberating or if they want to go home and start again tomorrow morning. We'll let you know what the jury tells the judge as soon as we have that information. That's the very latest. Reporting live, Ari Hyde, WPBF 25 News.
Ari, thank you. You can count on WPBF 25 News to bring you the very latest in the Noor Salman trial. Download the WPBF 25 News app to receive push alerts whenever there are significant updates in this story.
New tonight, detectives are reportedly planning to announce an arrest in the murder of a 74-year-old woman in St. Lucie County. Detectives first arrested the victim's own son, but then suddenly dropped all charges. An attorney for the victim's son says this is the man that a grand jury just indicted in the case. Carlos Arellano Ramirez is in jail right now on burglary charges. In December 2016, deputies say someone used a machete to attack and kill Sheila Hamner at her home in Fort Pierce. Deputies are expected to release more information tomorrow.
And this just in, firefighters are battling a 25-acre wildfire in western Martin County. No homes are being threatened at this time. We know 2 brush trucks from Martin County Fire Rescue and 2 firefighting bulldozers from the Florida Forest Service are on the scene. Chris?
All right, Flea, yep, that wind's still kicking strong in some locations. First, we got to take a live look outside. You can see just a gorgeous day here across South Florida and the Treasure Coast. Just a few high clouds, nice little breeze, and a little bit on the warmer side. Just a perfect day here across the area, and much more to come as we move forward into time. But we've got to talk about the big breeze that continues right off the south and east here across the Atlantic Ocean, and that will be the case as we go forward into the overnight hours, especially as we head in towards the overnight hours as well. A good south-southeasterly breeze will continue to be over us, and as long as that's the case, we are going to continue to see the possibility again of some passing showers, especially into the afternoon, but a nice little breeze continues here across the area. Looking at numbers, things are looking good. We're looking at temperatures generally into the mid to upper 70s, 78 degrees in Okeechobee, 76 Vero, 76 Jupiter, 74 right now in towards Boca Raton. Hour by hour, I think your afternoon and evening, that looks good. Take a look at this. Mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures just down into the lower 70s by this evening, upper 60s tonight. More on your 7-day in just a few.
All right, Chris, thank you. We are almost 2 months away from the start of hurricane season. And today, some of the best forecasters are in Orlando for the National Hurricane Conference. Our Mike Lyons and Britley Ritz are there. Coming up in about 20 minutes, you'll hear from the new director of the National Hurricane Center. Well, there is a new organization fighting for changes to the nation's gun laws, and it's made up of Marjory Stoneman Douglas students, parents, and alumni.
The group unveiled their plan today in Coral Springs. Anchor Todd McDermott is here with more on this mission. Todd?
Tiffany, Felicia, organizers call themselves 17 for Change and have 3 goals: advocating for sensible gun laws, educating voters about gun-related issues and legislation, and creating a platform to bring the community together. The number 17 is a reference, of course, to the 17 people killed at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School on Valentine's Day. Today in Coral Springs City Hall, people heard from the mother of Alyssa Halliday, who was shot to death in English class. Her mother spoke about her own determination to see tougher gun laws that will hopefully prevent another tragedy from happening in the future.
We will build fire on ice, and we will get to the end of this endless tunnel of fight. And if you won't change, you better think twice. Why can't we all play nice?
L'Oreal Hadef there. Organizers say the group will also track how elected officials vote on all proposed gun legislation. 17 for Change wants to create a platform to help people create community-based solutions to gun violence. Organizers also launched a website today. It's 17forchange.org. It will serve as a place for people to discuss gun-related issues. Felicia?
All right, Todd, thank you. And in the wake of the school shooting in Parkland, the Palm Beach County School District has chosen not to arm its teachers. The chairman of the school board sent a letter to Governor Rick Scott stating the district will not participate in the school guardian program. It was up to each school district to decide whether to abide by the governor's recommendation. The district will instead focus on hiring more than 100 law enforcement officers to join its school police force. The Martin County School Board says its teachers will also not be asked to carry firearms. The board voted in favor of allowing only trained law enforcement to carry weapons on school property. The governor has repeatedly stated his opposition to giving teachers guns, but he wanted to leave it up to school districts to decide for themselves.
President Donald Trump is scheduled to return to the Palm Beaches tomorrow night and stay through Easter weekend. And his latest visit is forcing organizers of a massive Easter egg drop to scramble to find other options. Here's Whitney Burbank.
A helicopter dropping tens of thousands of Easter eggs on this field in danger of being trumped by the presidential visit.
New Sound is new to Wellington. The church opened its doors in January. Pastor Josh Monty says he wanted to do something big for his congregation's first Easter in Florida.
Yeah, so we decided we wanted to drop 40,000 eggs out of a helicopter, but that takes some logistics.
But when Monty called to clear the helicopter with the FAA, he found out flight restrictions for President Donald Trump's holiday visit could ground the high-flying fun.
We found out President Trump might be coming into town for Easter. The great news is we spoke with the FAA today, and we're going to fill out some paperwork, send it over to the Secret Service, and we think we're going to get all the green lights we need to be able to fly this weekend.
Monty isn't counting his chickens before they hatch, because even if there's an unexpected chopper cancellation,
we found that kids are pretty fantastic at picking up eggs no matter where you put them.
He says there's plenty to celebrate.
For now, the event is scheduled to go on as planned for Saturday and Sunday. In Wellington, Whitney Burbank, WPBF 25 News.